For the ones that don't know you, and the ones that do know you, introduce yourself.
So for the ones that do know me, they call me Hollywood. And for the ones that's just not knowing me, they call me Hwood, you know what I'm saying? So Hollywood, Hwood, whatever you want to call me, man. We just dropping this music, dropping great music, and we putting this shit out here, man. Let's go.
We don't move like them others do. Real, recognize real.
Where you originally from? Because we right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, but where you originally from?
Originally from a place called Rockford, Illinois. Rockford, Illinois. It's right next to Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And rough upbringing, you know what I'm saying? It's a gutta place, like GUTTA Magazine. It's definitely the gutta, you know what I'm saying? You come from you see a lot of crazy shit at a young age, you know what I'm saying? A lot of gang activity, a lot of gun violence and shit like that. I got a lot of members in my family that part of a lot of shit out there, you know what I'm saying? So you see a lot at a young age, man, there's a lot going on there, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Just elaborate on it a little bit more, because if Rockford was a place like you claim, give us a little bit about your upbringing and your survival skills.
Well, like I say, there's a lot of gang activity there, so no matter where you go, they almost have to label. They're gonna label you as something. No matter what your family, and they might know your family, your uncle might be this, so they're gonna label you as something. There's a lot of gang activity going on there, Chicago, anywhere around Chicago. It's like the gang capital. I would say Chicago or Atlanta is probably the gang capitals, but like I say, I got uncles. My uncle is like one of the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? One of the universals, a lot of people from the town, they know what I say. They know what I mean when I say universal, you know what I'm saying? I got an uncle that's universal, and he been in the game. He been teaching us a lot of games since we was kids, and we was the kids growing up, so we always watched them and looked up to them growing up, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of that going on, man. So all the trials and tribulations you're going through there, man, just considering all the gang activity and everything, you go through a lot, man. Like I said, you see a lot. At a young age, you got niggas that's 13, 14, that's out, toting and all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So you grow up real fast there, man, you know what I'm saying?
And when you mention it, gang activity, is it okay to say what the affiliations was, or do we have to back up?
Oh no, it's the main gangs in the Chicago areas is the GDs and the Vice Lords. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of others in between, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of other ones that folk on the Hustlers, you know what I'm saying? You have the BPSN, the Black East Stone. You got a lot of different gangs, you know what I'm saying? But really the main ones is the GDs and the Vice Lords. Okay. And what's so crazy in my story is that I got people on both sides of my family, you know what I'm saying? So my mom's side of the family is GDs, and my dad's side of the family is Vice Lords, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like you had to pick a side type shit. Like family was gonna try to I'm gonna make you pick a side, you know what I'm saying, type shit. And if you didn't roll what they was rolling with, you know what I'm saying, it was crazy. But my uncle on the Vice Lord side, like I said, he's a universal that I was speaking about earlier, you know what I'm saying? He's a universal, he's the ultimate OG, you know what I'm saying? He brought the Vice Lords to Rockford, you know what I'm saying? You got Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And Rockford is another, the next thing right beside Chicago, and he brought the Vice Lords. He started the Vice Lords in Rockford, you know what I'm saying? Right on the street that I was born on, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. So he started that, and I got another uncle that's on my mom's side, that's a big time gangster disciple, you know what I'm saying? He's a big dog in that as well, you know what I'm saying? So I got two different sides. So you see, like I said, you see a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of shit, man. And it's a long story behind that, you know what I'm saying? But to make it short, though, I've seen a lot of my lifetime growing up, bro.
Coming up on both sides, what was your upbringing like? What did you do to neutralize the situation? Because it sounds like, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of friction. It sounds like I'm on the outside looking in, but it sounds like it might be a lot of friction. So how did you stabilize an adolescent?
Well, music, to be honest, music was always my outlet. You know what I'm saying? It's what everybody always known me to do. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a kid, my pops he'll pick up anything. He'll pick up the bass guitar, the regular guitar. My nigga have a guitar without a string and still play that motherfucker. Missing a string and still play some chords. Like, no cap, that's how my pops is, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of my people musically inclined, you know what I'm saying? The background is musical, but that was always my way of kind of like, you know, getting away from the world and just doing, you know, kind of just like, all right, put that aside, I'm gonna write my song down, or even like releasing it. Cause when I write a song, you know, it's real shit, you know what I'm saying? So when I was writing it back in them days, it was like real life shit that was going on. So
I'm pretty sure.
It was a release, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I still use music for that to this day, you know what I'm saying? So.
Now, you in Rockford, you young, you see a lot of stuff going on. Can we kind of drift into what might have been some of your dark days as you're getting up in age? Because you know what I'm saying, like what I'm understanding, again, I'm on the outside looking in, you're on both sides of the fence, and it seems like it's kind of neutral, but it's not. So you've seen some dark days. So let's kind of drift into that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Well, there's been a lot of, you know, stuff that goes on in a lot of, you know, the hoods, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you have your ops and shit like that. You have people that live on the next block that you don't like. You know, so you got people on the next block that's a whole nother thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shit happens, you know. Sometimes shootouts happen, you know what I'm saying? I've been hit by a bullet before myself, you know what I'm saying? Type shit.
At what age?
I was 18 when that happened.
Okay.
I think I was about 18.
Okay.
When that happened, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was just came through and just started dumping shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. But like I say, you go through those, you see those, you know, shootouts, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, even crazy fights too, because niggas used to fight, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up too. Like niggas used to bang, you know, don't get it wrong. Even murders happening, but niggas used to goddamn throw them hands too.
Okay.
At the same time, you know.
You know, once upon a time, that's what it was about.
Right.
Let's meet up and let's just handle it with the hands.
Right.
You know, I get you.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, murders was happening.
Yeah, and what time frame was this?
This was I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I grew up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? From the 90s to the early 2000s type of shit.
So not only do you produce, you're an artist too.
Definitely.
Or proclaimed artist.
Definitely.
Or you started as an artist.
Started as an artist, you know, so I'm more of a producer now because I feel like songwriting goes into the whole, you know, thing.
Music jump.
Even if I write a song, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's a whole production. So I feel like I'm a producer now. But yeah, I started off as a hell of a rapper, and then I still can out rap some of you niggas to right now. You know, most of y'all niggas right now. No cap, you know what I'm saying? Check my stats.
Now, I've come in tune to knowing that at a young age you used to open up for shows. Let's get into that, yeah.
Man.
In Rockford.
Yeah, in Rockford, Chicago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's a point in time that I lived in Chicago, you know, Rockford, anywhere in the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? You had places like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you know, a lot of different places in the Midwest. We was just bubbling, you know what I'm saying, doing shows. We was well known.
Young.
Young, you know, I'm young, I'm 17, you know what I'm saying, 17, 18, you know what I'm saying? Well, even before that, I started doing music in Rockford when I was like 6. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I started writing raps when I was about 6 years old. This is no cap.
The average 6-year-old can barely do, you know what I'm saying?
So I made my first beat when I was like 12.
Okay.
My first beat I made when I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I can remember like us, trying to get in talent shows and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a teenage club. You know what I'm saying? Teenage party. So you had to be 13.
13, yeah.
I can remember like us begging the people, please let us in. You know what I'm saying? Let us in here, bro. We'll leave. You know what I'm saying? We'll leave. We have to. You know what I'm saying? Just let us in the rap. You know what I'm saying? And crazy story about that. They let us in eventually after we kind of fought for it. You know what I'm saying? We ended up winning that competition that night. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my early days in the rock. But I done took it, you know, from then to now. You know, I've been a lot of places. You know what I'm saying?
When you say they, was it a group or was it just people supporting you that y'all was trying to get into those?
It was a group, 3LC. You know what I'm saying? 3LC.
3LC.
Yeah, me and 2 of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know he got Lyric and Mook. You know what I'm saying? 3LC was the name of our group, man. We had back in the day. We wanted to be like Twista so bad. Like we was a Twista's proteges, nigga. Like we was like niggas looked at us like we was young Twisters. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Y'all spitting like that.
Maybe we was spitting the fastest rappers, the fastest words you can ever see. You know what I'm saying? I got footage of that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So like, we can pop that in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we wanted to be Twista so bad. He was like he was the guy growing up.
Yeah.
Where I was from. You know what I'm saying? Twista was like I studied Twista like I studied my homework. Like I used to like write his shit down, rewind that back. What did he say? Cause I miss a word or two. You know what I'm saying? Rewind that shit back. What did he say? Then write it down. Like I studied him like school. You know what I'm saying? Twista, like what's man, shout out to Twista.
That's what's up. Now, we done ventured into your artistry from when you at a young age. You made beats.
Yeah.
You engineered. Like you just, we'll get into what you are today.
Right.
But when you made your first beat, what was it on? How did you make it?
My first beat was on the, I think it was on a groove box, on a rolling groove box. It was like one of them little beat box machines. Shout out to my dog Swade too. Swade was like one of the top producers back in Rockford. You know what I'm saying? He was a big part of what I do right now today. He was a big part of me wanting to do music. I looked up to him, you know what I'm saying, coming up, you know what I'm saying? So he had the groove box, you know what I'm saying? I used to see him making beats on there and I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that was always like in tune. Or I was the kid. I'd be the kid in the studio touching shit. They'd be like, man, pull your hand. I'm like, man, what this do, man? I want to know what this shit do. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, what this do? And so I was always that type of kid. I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So when he was making them beats on there, I was like, man, I got to learn how to do that shit. And then I always had like my drive was always like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I always knew like when I was rapping, I'm like, okay, I want to make a beat. I want to make a beat to what I'm rapping about. I might have this rap in my head, but I want to create something to it. You know what I'm saying? So my uncle, another shout out to DDG. My uncle, he ended up, you know what I'm saying, grabbing one of the motherfuckers and letting us run on it. Me and all my cousins, we'll see who was all running on it, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, my passion and my drive was just there, so I was just on that motherfucker every day. And you would, like, if you niggas was going outside, I was on that groove box, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Really working on that shit.
That's
so
what's up.
That's
now, you going through being an artist, making beats, getting shot. We in Charlotte, North Carolina now shooting this interview. How, when, why, and how did you end up here?
That's a crazy question. You know what I'm saying? So leading into coming to Charlotte, you know, my boy Petty Ray, you know, he ended up moving out here from the Rock. You know what I'm saying? My dog, you know what I'm saying? He ended up moving out here from the Rock. So I came out here, you know what I'm saying? It was a CIAA weekend.
You remember the year?
This was what, 2011? Something like that. 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I think it was like 2011, 2012. Somewhere around that time. But yeah, I came out here, I used to come out here to visit, you know what I'm saying, to check it out, CIAA weekend. I'm like, man, this shit lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of good vibes, a lot of good energy. You know what I'm saying? And then Paddles was like, hey, we need to just put this shit together type shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's come on down and shit hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I had a job as well that I could transfer here, you know, as well too. Okay. So the job I was working at the time they had a place here in Charlotte. So I transferred here. You know, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make the move. You know what I'm saying? Or like I was saying earlier, it's like, I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? I think it was just the cards. You know how you feel like shit is just written, shit was just meant to happen? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it was just like a higher power that was just making that shit happen, because me, myself, knowing myself, I feel like I was like, I don't know. I don't think I would have just upped and left. Because that's everything I knew.
Facts. I mean, that's anybody.
I know. My mama, everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody. So it's like, knowing myself, I think it was more just an out of body experience. It was more of just like the universe just making it happen. You know, so that's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's why I say God like, because this shit is like God given. This is like a God. This is God's work. You know what I'm saying? All this shit that's happening right now, all this shit that's been happening leading to this moment is all God's work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. So now you visiting. God put something on you to come here.
Yeah.
You working. Let's get into that, because now you working.
So now I'm working.
You working. You not like you not working in the studio. You working a 9 to 5.
9 to fucking 5.
A real job. A real job.
Don't get me wrong though. Don't get me wrong. It was a cool job to work.
Cool job, cause that's what you like.
I'm one of them type of people that I'm gonna do what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? So even if I work a job, it's gonna be something that I like to do. That's just the type of person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do what I want. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like life is short. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's,
because it's related to the music industry. You selling mics, you selling amps, you selling keyboards, you selling drums, you selling everything that got something to do with the music.
So everything that got something to do with music.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody walk in now.
Yeah. You know.
Who are they and what are they looking for?
So we in Charlotte, right? You know what I'm saying?
You working?
We in Charlotte. I'm working at the music store. You know what I'm saying? And this guy walk in. You know what I'm saying? So he walking around looking around. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of confident. You know, he was confident back then type shit. You know what I'm saying? So he come in. You know what I'm saying? Like look like what microphone should I get? You know what I'm saying?
He asking you this?
Yeah, asking me. I'm the person that because I was there every day. I was in there working like every day. You know what I'm saying? Cause I low key I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I like helping people. You know what I'm saying? Like
customer service. You customer service.
Naturally, I'm a people person. So you know, somebody come in, I help them out. They be like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
They come back. They looking for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Customer service.
Niggas come in, they be like, I want to see Wood. If Wood ain't there, I'll
be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
So I had it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was the one that was just helping everybody. So it just so happened.
So you helping this customer?
Helping this customer. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yeah, what mic should I get? You know what I'm saying? He was just getting started. You know, he was really just getting started rapping at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is what you get. This is the best vocal mic. You know what I'm saying? And that mic right there is the mic I still use to this day that I was showing him to get.
What? How many years ago?
This was what? This was about 2014.
Wow.
So this was about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
6-7 years ago.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So this when he was just first getting started, like really just starting to rap. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So that microphone that I recommend to him is still one of the best vocal mics there is. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, and I still use that mic for my vocals to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I always recommend people the shit I would use. You know what I'm saying? Because I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, all right, this is what I would use. This is what I use, nigga. This is what you should get. He ended up copping that motherfucker and put out cash.
Straight cash.
Straight cash. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he told me his name was at the time. He told me his name was John. You know what I'm saying? Told me his name was John. You know what I'm saying? But it just so happened this nigga ended up being the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
The baby. You know what I'm saying? Just meeting him, and it's been crazy to watch him from where he was then, for me helping him out with his first microphone to where he at right now. Just
because
mega superstar.
In essence, you helped him get to where he's at.
Yeah.
And he took your advice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He definitely took my advice and bought the microphone that I recommended to him, you know what I'm saying? And I'm almost certain he'll remember that, you know what I'm saying? I'm almost certain that he will remember that moment, you know what I'm saying? To see me and be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. That shit happened, you know what I'm saying? And you know, universe still working, you know what I'm saying? So we got shit coming as well.
There it is. So now, you dealing with John, Baby Jesus, the baby, multi-platinum artist to this day. In Charlotte, North Carolina. What other artists have you worked with, you working with, and you would like to work with in this day and age?
In Charlotte, or you talking about this period?
Period.
Period. Artists that I would like to work with, it's so many, bro, because you know my sound is so like wide open. You know what I'm saying? I would consider myself a real like open producer. So I can go from a rock artist to a trap artist to an alternative rock artist. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas like Maroon 5, and I work with artists like that, or Lana Del Rey, or Kalani. You know what I'm saying? You know, niggas like that. I want to do a record with Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect him. You know what I'm saying? Because he grinded this shit out. He worked for a long time to get to where he at now. You know what I'm saying? And I always like this music too. A nigga like Lil Durk, Baby, both of the babies, the baby, Lil Baby, Post Malone. Post Malone is one of my favorite artists right now. It's a female artist named Halsey. She dope. A lot of people don't know who she is, but in 2020 she was the most streamed female artist. And people don't even know that though. You know what I'm saying? She was the most streamed female artist, and didn't even drop an album that year. and she was the most streamed female artist. Go look it up. Look it up. But Halsey, she's one of my favorite artists. I want to rock with her. And there's a lot of people, man. Like I said, my music range is so wide that ain't nobody that I wouldn't want to work with. Justin Timberlake, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like watching him in the studio is inspiring. Like, if you watch some of Justin Timberlake's videos, him in the studio, that boy, like, he hands on with everything. You think he's just singing? No, he's not just singing. He pretty much produced the whole thing. He probably played the keys on the record, did the drums, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So people think Justin Timberlake just singing, and you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. He is a big part of all the music that's happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's inspiring to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do in the studio. So.
Now, what about artists, Charlotte artists you would like to work with?
Charlotte artists?
Or that you're working with?
I don't work with a lot of Charlotte artists. You know, this is where I'm at. So, you know, Charlotte is the city I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Representing the 704. You know what I'm saying? And I work with a lot of everybody really in the city. I don't work with Hot Boy Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Little John 4K, Zeta Go, the whole Social Currency, T.I. these Rose. The whole Social Currency, I don't work with my boy P. Frank, I don't work with him. My niggas BFC, all my BFC niggas. Shit, everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to just say names, you know, it's hard to just get names off the top of the head, but I don't work with them to everybody in the city of Charlotte, man. Like, them tapped in from the streets to the university to the, you know what I'm saying, anywhere you want to go. Like I said, my music range is wide, so there's nowhere that I can't go. You know what I'm saying? I can go right. I can go to the hood of the hood, or to the pop of the pop, and be in the, you know, in the same room. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
In a year from now, 5 years from now, max, short term, what do you want people to see from Hwood and your expectations when it comes to production? Your production.
Yeah, my expectations is to be one of the biggest producers in the world. Like, I want to be one of the biggest producers in the world. Like, I know I have the work ethic, I know I have the skill set and the passion, you know what I'm saying? So it takes that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do it for a reason. You got to do it because you know it's in you to do it. It ain't about fame, it ain't about money and fame, it ain't about that. It's really about tapping into the people, into the culture, you know what I'm saying? And then once you realize that, then that's when the money start coming. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize why you do it, then shit start rolling in the way you want it to, you know what I'm saying? You start getting caught up in the money, you gonna start getting stressed out, like, man, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. So the more you focus on why you do it, the better your results gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. What was the other question?
Oh, you good. I just want to back up a little bit.
It was a two-part.
Don't worry about it, we'll get back into it. I want to get into, just backing up just a little bit with GUTTA Magazine. You just don't up and leave Rockford, Illinois, and just come to Charlotte. Like, when you got here, what was your perception? What did you go through? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't come to a crib in Valentine and wax all was straight. I want to know your struggle.
Yeah, it was a grind. You know what I'm saying? It was a grind. It was a time I was just, you know, sleeping on some people's couch. You know what I'm saying? Homeless, living out in somebody's trap house. You know what I'm saying? I had a homie that let me stay in his trap house for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I really had to thug it out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no just peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? I really had to get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once again, it's telling from my boy Petty Ray, we don't got no family here. You know what I'm saying?
Just y'all.
We all we know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just kind of just trying to get it out the mud. Like I said, one time I was living in my homie trap house, just trying to just get by. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of just grind it out. And then even in the music scene, you know what I'm saying? The music scene ain't easy either here in Charlotte. Don't get it wrong. Like, it's not easy to just hop in the music scene here in Charlotte. You really gotta get in people's face. You really gotta goddamn like get out here. So I was going to like showcases, at other people's shows, other people's event, you know what I'm saying? Like, just trying to figure out how to work my way in the scene, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you gotta grind it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta grind it out. You gotta make it happen, and you gotta match your work ethic with your expectations. You know what I'm saying?
But it sounds like you was born into a family of somewhat of disarray, but it was some type of leadership, mentorship, that was already embedded you when you was born?
Yeah, I think that was I don't know. Like I said, it was a natural thing in me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like.
Cause you can blend in.
That's why God life is my whole like slogan, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a higher power, but there's powerful people. Some people are just chosen. You know what I'm saying? God chose certain people in order to put out his message. You know what I'm saying? He used certain people to put out his message. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I understand it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get why I'm here and I get why I do this. You know what I'm saying? Like God put me here for a reason, type shit. So it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I know why I do. I do it for the people. I do it for like somebody when I'm making the beat. Somebody like, damn, that shit's hard. You know what I'm saying? I get a high off that because I know that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm impacting somebody's life forever. You know what I'm saying? When I see somebody for one time, they see me make a beat. That's a stain on their life forever. They'll never forget that shit. You know
what about Hwood now? Right now. Tell us about Hwood right now. Where he's at in life, how he's feeling. Cause we see he feeling good. We see that.
Hwood right now is the hottest producer in the city right now. I feel like I'm the hottest, most hard-working producer in the city of Charlotte right now. And you know, I'm tapping into other places too, not even just Charlotte. I'm trying to take over the whole world. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know, you can't go nowhere without hearing some Hwood in the club, the radio, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere you listen to music, you can't go nowhere without hearing my music. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm one of the hottest, if not the hottest producer in the city of Charlotte right now.
Now, do you feel that Charlotte is a open market for artists and their creativity at this point?
At this point, I feel like it's getting there. It's getting there. It's on the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fully there yet, but now more eyes are looking because the baby blew up here from Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So now there's more eyes looking at the Carolinas more. You know what I'm saying? It's not fully there, but it's going to be there. It's on the way there for sure. But yeah, a lot more eyes looking at the Carolinas and a lot of work that we doing right now. A lot of my people with the social currency, a lot of the work that we doing right now, like the stuff that we about to put out is about to put on for the Carolinas as a whole type shit. We making history right now for the Carolinas.
Facts, all facts. Yeah. Now, far as producer and co-producer, because you talked about the artists you work with, you want to work with. What about co-production?
Co-production? Oh man, Timbaland, bro. I would love to do some beats with Timbaland, bro. He like my top. I think he my top producer. Timbaland, Dr. Dre, for sure. Pharrell, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm you know, in some ways I'm a Kanye. You know what I'm saying? There's a like people don't understand the visionary. A lot of people don't understand Kanye because he might say something in a brash and blunt way. You know what I'm saying? So it'll come off wrong. But the message he's trying to send is not bad, but how he came off was bad. So people will take it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like I'm Kanye in that sense, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll speak things into existence and they won't even understand it. Like, no, I'm about to do this. And they be like, what? But a year later, they be like, okay. Or in my songs, you know what I'm saying? When I write a song, it might not even make sense until about a year later. Until you like really see it, you know what I'm saying? So I speak things into existence, you know what I'm saying? So that's my similarity to Kanye, but there's a lot of the producers that I like I say, my music like Skrillex and goddamn Dead Mouse, people like that, you know what I'm saying? Calvin Harris, them type of producers, you know what I'm saying? Because they go worldwide, you know what I'm saying? Them type of producers that people don't even think of, but they the biggest ones out here, they making the most money. You know what I'm saying? You would think of like Metro Boomin and Mike Will and all those type of niggas, but niggas like Dead Mouse, that nigga traveling the world making billions of dollars, and you don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So them the markets that I'm trying to reach as a producer.
Speak confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
You speak a lot of confidence.
Speaking into existence. I'm a big firm believer in that for sure.
Where it come from, and where you think it come from, and where was it embedded? Because we spoke earlier. For you to do what you do, it don't come because you clock in and out.
Right.
You in the studio when nobody's there.
Yeah.
You might fall asleep when nobody's there.
Yeah.
So you speak confidence.
Self-motivated. Yeah, self-motivated. And like I said, whatever you do, whatever you do in life, you gotta just be passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just music for me. You know what I'm saying? Music is my thing. If you're gonna do that, then be passionate about that shit. Do it every day, because if you're not, then you ain't serving your purpose on this earth, right? You know what I'm saying? You're not really walking in the path that God created for you. And then some days you'll feel like, damn, why my life ain't this? Because you ain't walking that path you're supposed to be walking. You're not walking in your path that God created for you. You know what I'm saying? So when you feel that way, then just start thinking about the things you really should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual
and confident.
Yeah.
That's you.
For sure.
Mental, spiritually, that's you.
Yeah. That's what this, I ain't gonna lie, this spiritual shit just came like a few years ago though. Like I really just started getting in tune with like the world and how things really work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always like this. But now, I'm really in tune with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of them followers. I have my own mind. I see what I see, and I'm gonna go after it no matter what. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And them the type of people that change the world. Them the type of people that actually change the world. They don't just go with the world. They don't change it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, at this point in your life, when the average person sees this, who just have no clue what they're gonna do next, tomorrow, and next week, what inspiration would you send to them, knowing that I rock with him?
Right. Like I said, like find what you're passionate in. You know what I'm saying? Or, I try to be the best motivation I can be as well. So, if you can just kind of watch me and, go out here in the world and just go out on everything out on the limb and just have faith, you know what I'm saying, and have faith in what you do, you know what I'm saying, you can definitely watch that, because I try to be as motivational as I can be. But find what you passionate about. Find what you like to do. It could be some random shit. It could be just drawing. It could be drawing on paper. But guess what? That's a place in this world. Drawing. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. It could be something simple. But if you really love doing that, if you're really passionate about it, do it, because you're doing your service to the world. And if everybody did that, then I feel like the world would be a better place, because we all can learn from each other. We caught in a world where everybody's trying to follow and be like everybody, instead of everybody trying to be themselves. And if everybody be themselves, we can learn so much more. We can learn so much more from each other. I want to learn something. I don't want to be the smartest nigga in the room. I want to learn something from you. I want to learn something from you. I don't want to be the same. I don't want to be the nigga that's the same, at the high vibration. I want to catch vibration sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. So we all have our own thing that we can learn from each other. I feel like the world would be much better. So that'll be my recommendation.
Closing. Where can they find you? Social media, email.
Yes, sir.
Let them know, cause you the hottest. It ain't no doubt about it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. GUTTA Magazine ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? Because, and the reason why I say that is because years ago, Shaw didn't even know about Hwood.
Yeah.
But GUTTA Magazine knew about Hwood.
GUTTA definitely knew. Definitely.
And Hwood knew about GUTTA.
Facts. I never still have the GUTTA sweatshirt somewhere, no cap. The red one.
That's how we did it.
No cap.
But at the same time, where can they find you? Where can they tap in at?
Follow me at Hwood Official. HWOOD Official. You can follow me there on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Follow me there at Hwood Official. I do a lot of work for Social Currency. You can follow me there, Social Currency Enterprises. Shout out to everybody on Social Currency, all my people there, King Carter. Shout out to everybody there. They're about to take me to the next level in my career, so definitely shout out to them. And yeah, shout out to everybody that supported me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that supported me from back in the day. I ain't gonna say all names and shit, but shout out to everybody that supported me from day one. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it was, no matter what time it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely appreciate all the consideration and all that type of shit, because like I said, it ain't been all peaches and cream this whole time. So shit, we gotta recognize the ones that was there when you was on your way up type shit. So definitely appreciate it. Hwood Official though, follow me there.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, And shout out to GUTTA Magazine as well. Shout out to GUTTA Magazine who interviewed Sandy. Shout out to y'all, man. Like I say, y'all been rocking with me since before I got to Charlotte. Y'all don't even know that I've been rocking with GUTTA since before I got to Charlotte type shit.